NBC Tonight.
She is a ninja prodigy.
I'm ready to become the youngest woman to hit a buzzer in Vegas.
History in the making. Have a shot. Oh!
A 2-hour Ninja Warrior next Monday on NBC.
Okay, here we go.
Judges are heading to stage.
Welcome to the live.
Check your cameras. Trust only the best. Protect your family, home, or business with 24/7 armed response. Remember, AmeriGuards it.
Lithia Subaru of Fresno proudly supports tonight's first segment of Local News That Matters. A Community Commitment Award winner, Lithia Subaru of Fresno. KC24 News begins with your forecast first from your local weather authority.
I'm Chief Meteorologist A.J. Fox, and we are not yet done with the thunderstorms. You can see one that's very close to Kingsburg and one that's pretty close to Shaver Lake as well. And if I take a look at our Valley Cam, and this is actually located at the Tulare outlets, and if I give you long enough time to just look off into the distance, that storm is just a little bit to the north. Doesn't look like the timing's going to let us catch lightning from that particular storm system, but it's there, believe me. There's some lightning strikes happening on the valley floor right now. Tomorrow, clearing skies, close to 90 degrees, but we are going to get a little bit hotter through midweek. I'll have your complete forecast coming up. KC24 News at 11 starts right now.
Local news that matters. This is KC24 News at 11.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexander Balakian. We begin tonight with Hurricane Hillary that has much fizzled into a tropical storm, packing a punch the state has not seen of its kind in 84 years. Heavy rainfall, powerful winds, mudslides, uprooting trees, and toppling power lines across Southern California. NBC's Jay Gray with a look at the mess it has made.
Southern California soaked and shaken during 24 hours of at times severe weather.
This is an unusual and strong storm event with heavy rains and strong winds.
At one point, the state's Office of Emergency Services issuing tropical storm, earthquake, and tornado warnings all within an hour of each other. Tropical Storm Hillary dumping rain from San Diego through Los Angeles. Neighborhoods overrun by the water, roads swamped, some swept away. Gusting winds, uprooting trees and pulling power lines to the ground. Saturated hillsides giving way, rock and mudslides spilling onto highways, and in the middle of it all, a 5.1 magnitude earthquake.
The Los Angeles Fire Department so far has reported no damage or injuries in the city resulting from the earthquake.
In fact, through all of the chaos, officials say there have been no significant injuries, no catastrophic damage, but they warn.
There's still potential, as we know, for flooding, debris flow, and other significant storm-related incidents.
Urging those in the strike zone to remain cautious for the next few days. Jay Gray, NBC News, Santa Clarita.
And now with the tropical storm come and gone pretty much, a bigger concern for the mountain communities tonight. You might have seen it yourself. The light show that was pretty much a thing of lighting up the sky. Plenty of lightning cascading down from the valley skyline tonight. CAL FIRE preparing for any strikes that could trigger a forest fire. With all this record rain, it's been the fuel for higher brush and grass growth, which could in turn be an instant matchbox.
Some concerns that I do have is we still have a lot of debris, a lot of materials in the forest. Things are going to dry out again, and so the potential for fire still exists in the mountain areas.
That is Fresno County Supervisor Nathan Magsig, and he says the county is still working on fuel reduction projects. The good news is that CAL FIRE says they are fully staffed at every station. CAL FIRE uses their air attack plane to get a better visual in the mountains and to direct fire crews to the heart of the burn. And again, for the latest updates and complete weather coverage, all you have to do is head to our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Well, new tonight, a mother's plea for stricter gun laws after her daughter was shot and killed a year ago today in a Fresno hotel room. Deja Guzman was just 20 years old. Juanita Adame with more on her mother's mission.
Deja's mother, Jessica, told us that her daughter had her whole life ahead of her. She was studying to be a nurse and she had a lash business on the side. She had known her boyfriend for 2 weeks before she was killed. It was a day that changed Jessica Madrigal's life forever.
Today's the year that she's been away from us, and court is still going on.
Police say her daughter, 20-year-old Deja Marie Guzman, was shot and killed by her boyfriend, 22-year-old Christopher Jordan, at the Hampton Inn and Suites in Fresno.
The assailant is still, he's out, and we're here trying to get justice for my daughter.
Investigators say Jordan initially told them that Deja accidentally shot herself, but later admitted that he accidentally shot her while she laid on a nearby couch.
We're here trying to make awareness of gun violence.
He told police that he did not realize the gun was loaded.
The immediate life-saving skills that can possibly save someone's life. My daughter was 2 minutes from the hospital, 2 minutes, and it did not save her life.
Jessica says more laws need to be put in place so tragedies like these don't happen again.
Well, there's 5 rules to owning a gun. People can pass that. They get it. But, you know, so a gun goes off, someone gets shot. Why aren't they learning how to do basic life skills?
Her daughter had known Jordan for 2 weeks before she was shot. The two decided to rent a room for the night to spend some time together.
The stuff that people could say about my baby was ambitious. She had a great heart. She was funny. She was the one, if you needed something, she would come to your aid.
Jordan was charged with voluntary manslaughter and has pleaded not guilty. He is currently out on bond and scheduled for a tentative preliminary hearing on August 31st. Reporting in Fresno, Juanita Adame, Ksee 24, local news that matters.
Developing tonight, a water rescue in Biola after a car lands upside down in a canal. This happened at Biola and Barstow. A witness telling the CHP that just after 7, the driver of a Toyota Camry westbound on Barstow was trying to make a left turn. When he went into the canal, his car overturned in the water.
As far as we know, it's a solo occupant, male driver in his mid-40s. He was recovered from the vehicle and transported to the hospital.
There's no word on the driver's condition. Drivers did search the water around the canal, and the car was removed from the canal a short time later. Well, the former mayor of Merced leading a local coalition to get the renewal of a public safety tax on the ballot for the next election. And they did secure the required signatures today to put Measure C in front of voters. Measure C is a half-cent sales tax that funds public safety and emergency services in the city of Merced. It was first approved in 2006, and this initiative will allow Merced's Measure C funding to be continued for another 20 years if approved. The former mayor, Mike Murphy, saying in a statement they needed to obtain nearly 4,000 valid signatures as the city council could not agree to put the measure back on the ballot. They managed to collect nearly 5,000 signatures. Local law enforcement in Merced say if the voters do not pass the renewal of the measure, the city could lose 30 officers and firefighters. Well, more than 40,000 students ringing in the new school year at Clovis Unified. And that means school back in session. Lots of change in leadership for the district, 10 new principals, and of course the new superintendent, as you saw, Karina Fulmer. Fulmer went to Clovis Unified, even attending Jefferson Elementary, where they had today's traditional bell ringing. Well, a nationwide pet adoption and donation campaign is helping find loving homes for animals. It's all called Clear the Shelter. Adoption fees are only $70. If you adopt 2 kittens, it's $100.
There's lots of kitties with many different personalities, so a lot of times people will adopt, and you can apply to adopt anyone or multiple cats, and then you can come in and meet them so that you can find the perfect fit for your family.
And the Cat House on the Kings will have adoption specials for the rest of August, and AJ will be a part of a lot of this coming up this week. Still to come here at 11, President Biden visiting Maui today.
The country grieves with you, stands with you.
His promise of federal aid aren't sitting well with some residents, why they're so angry with the president.
Your weather headlines for tonight. The isolated showers are still there, but they will come to an end and skies will clear overnight. Sunshine and then getting hotter through midweek, but backing off to normal summertime heat just in time for the weekend. Your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. That'll climb from the medium to the high range. Quinopods and predominant pollens. I'll have your complete forecast as Ksee 24 News continues.
This is Ksee 24 News at 11 with Alexon Valakian and the certified most accurate forecast with AMS certified chief meteorologist AJ Fox. Your local weather authority. Ksee 24, local news that matters.
30 seconds, Emily.
There's always something happening here on Central Valley today. You never know who will pop up. Find out what's happening around town. Discover the best of the Central Valley from local businesses and restaurants. Meet the people that make our region the best place to live. You never know what will happen. Here on Central Valley today, weekdays at 3 on Ksee 24.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The thoughtfully redesigned 2023 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. A 260 horsepower turbocharged engine, advanced technology, and an extra-large touchscreen. The 2023 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Get to Subaru of Fresno, where every new Subaru comes with complimentary maintenance included.
Tonight, Jimmy has Millie Bobby Brown.
Hey, guys!
With Noah Snap and True Confessions.
So cool.
That's really cool. I think it's almost too cool for you.
The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon on NBC.
The folks in Washington want to play farmer. They've hatched a radical scheme to let the federal government tell us how to farm. It could destroy states' rights and eliminate over 1,000 laws that preserve our farms, safeguard our food, and protect our animals. Conglomerates owned by China could keep buying the farms around me. Call your member of Congress and tell them not to poison the Farm Bill with the EATS Act.
Ksee 24 News is brought to you by the Fresno County Superintendent of Schools. Now, AMS certified Chief Meteorologist AJ Fox with your local weather authority forecast.
Well, let's start by wrapping up what happened with Hurricane, then Tropical Storm Hillary. So here's some numbers I could share with you. These are some reported winds from Southern California, some in LA County, like Magic Mountain, 87 mile per hour winds. Simi Valley was 49 mile per hour winds. In Petco Park, that's in San Diego, 44 mile per hour winds. La Jolla, 51 mile per hour winds. And Point Loma, 40 mile per hour winds. This is just a taste of some of the wind strengths that they had to deal with in Southern California. The rainfall amounts in LA, 2.99 inches of rain. Burbank, higher than that. Pasadena, 5.74 inches of rain. Mount San Jacinto, 11.74. That was the highest one I saw on the list. San Diego only got 1.82. Same place that was dealing with 40-mile-an-hour winds. For a little bit closer to home, Tehachapi, more than 5 inches of rain. Almost an inch of rain in Bakersfield and Porterville. 3/4 of an inch of rain for Visalia and Exeter, 7/10. Now, that's all, again, for yesterday. Today's rainfall was really disappointing unless you got under one of those thunderstorms. And can you see behind this, the lightning that's happening and that monitor screen behind that? 89 was our high after a morning low of 68 degrees. 0.06 of an inch of rain, 0.08 in Hanford, a 10th in Porterville, but they may have some more that will be coming on the way. 75 currently in Visalia, 76 the temperature in Fresno, 71 in Madera. Hanford's at 74 degrees and the dew points are still really high. Look at Porterville, 67. That's unbearable for folks from California. 63 in Fresno, 62 in Madera, and also Merced. Really humid outside. Valley Cam powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This is time-lapse photography, and it starts at 9 o'clock. I took the camera that had been pointed to the west, pointed it to the east, so it's now looking at the Sierra Nevada. When we press go, you can see the lightning that has been happening for us for the last several hours, mainly over the Sierra Nevada, and there's more to it than just this lightning, because I can also show you the live view that is also from, this is also powered by Eagle Mountain Casino, but this is at the Tulare outlets, and let's see if we can give it a moment and watch the storm that's to the north. It's right now in the Reedley area, but this particular camera is pointed right in the direction where we had been seeing a lot of lightning strikes. Well, you saw another one, but that was from the Fresno area. So, all right, we didn't luck out with that one. But this is that storm. This is the one we were looking at right here, and there's this one that we were just seeing from the other monitor that's up to the north around Shaver Lake. So both of them are producing lightning, and they're both going to be dying out over the next couple of hours. This is the last little bit, and then we're going to see clearing skies, and that's generally going to allow our temperatures to get back on a warming trend. We're going to have overnight lows of 65 in Tulare and Porterville. For Huron, 64, same in 5 Points, 44 at China Peak. Madera, 64, 61 in Oakhurst and Mariposa. Merced, 65 in Los Banos, 64 degrees. High temperature of 90 in Los Banos, 75 though in Yosemite, 82 in Oakhurst, 89 in Madera. San Joaquin, 91, same in 5 Points in Huron. Selma, 89. Dunlap, 85 and 87 in Tulare and Porterville. And Delano, expect 85 degrees. Our air quality, good across the valley, with the exception of Fresno County, and that's the only one that's in the moderate range. Otherwise, we'd have a perfect score. Your solar forecast brought to you by Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Higher numbers for the next several days. We are expecting a little more sunshine, although the humidity is going to be a little on the high side. So, partly cloudy, yes, and the isolated shower are still going to be with us for a little while, but they'll be leaving. 67 will be the overnight low. Then tomorrow, clearing skies and back to 89. So that's the same temperature as today. Then temperatures jump up to 95. The hottest day of the week will be Thursday, hitting 98 degrees. After that, temperatures level off. 95, pretty normal temperature actually for Friday and Saturday, and then up to 96 on Sunday and again on Monday. And so I'm calling it a summer sunshine weekend because it's very normal. Your regional forecasts are available on our website at yourcentralvalley.com, so please go check it out there. But it's going to be a little more mellow than what we saw this weekend and today.
Mellow and maybe the humidity gone?
It'll be a little bit better towards the weekend, but tomorrow and next couple of days, I still think kind of high outside, but yeah, sunshine and a little sticky.
We saw a pretty good light show today too, didn't we?
Yeah, a lot of lightning out there.
Yeah, all right, AJ, thanks. All right, time to check in with Scott Bemis. Boy, he's lightning in a bottle. Hey, Scott.
You know it. The new Mountain West commissioner, well, she made a stop in Fresno today. Hear what she had to say about the future of the conference. And from the big leagues to Buchanan High, Andrew Martin tells us why Troy Gloss is excited about taking over the reins of the Bears baseball program. Sports Central is next.
Start your day with Ksee 24 to get all the local news that matters on Ksee Sunrise.
The last of summer will draw you in at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's like a magnet, but for people.
Through Labor Day, lease the all-electric BZ4X for just $389 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
More and more people are hiring Jacoby & Myers. Why? We get insurance companies to pay up to 10 times more. That means more medical and financial assistance, more attorneys, more experience, more wins. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
Take your game to the rugged terrain. It's the $600,000 off-road adventure giveaway at Chuck Chansey Gold. We're giving away 9 ATVs, $9,000 in cash. And on Monday, September 4th, one lucky player will drive off in a new Chevy Silverado. Swipe daily for prizes. And on Saturdays, $1,000 kiosk cash. The $600,000 off-road adventure giveaway. Only at Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino. 24-karat fun.
Loud garage doors sound like bump, 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 bump. Usually customers don't know that their garage doors are loud until we get there and we fix it, and then they're like, wow, this is so much quieter than it used to be. Precision is here to help.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
You're watching Ksee 24, local news that matters.
The sun is setting on Toyota's National Sales Event. Wait, they have until September 5th.
Through Labor Day, get low 3.99% APR on Camry or lease for $399 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
New Mountain West Commissioner Gloria Navarez visited Fresno State Monday as she continues to get a feel for the 12 Mountain West institutions now under her leadership. But let's be honest, everything is getting overshadowed right now by the constant talk of more realignment. She didn't want to comment about the remaining 4 teams left in the Pac-12 Monday, but she did say she believes her 12 members are aligned right now and in a position of strength in the West. When asked about what she sees for the future of the Mountain West and college football in general, she offered this.
I have no idea. It is changing so rapidly, and honestly, the modern commissioner job feels like trying to figure out what's happening day to day, let alone week to week. But I do hope, I'm optimistic that this settles out in the next couple weeks, month.
Navarro said she's constantly checking in with her ADs and school presidents right now as she tries to separate fact from fiction with regards to all this. Meantime, another interesting press conference took place at Buchanan High School Monday as former Major League star Troy Gloss was introduced as the Bears' new baseball coach. Sports Central's Andrew Martin was there and has the story.
A World Series champion will now try to become a Central Section champion. Troy Gloss, introduced on Monday as the new head baseball coach at Buchanan High School.
Our kids will be prepared to play, and they will have the knowledge and the tools to play at a level that they don't even know they could get to.
The level Troy Gloss reached was the major leagues. He played in the bigs for 13 seasons. He was a 4-time All-Star, and he helped the Angels win the 2002 World Series.
This game is very important to me, and it has been for a long, long time.
He impressed me with how genuine he is, how committed he is, his honesty, and how transparent he was about what he was trying to accomplish.
Which includes the biggest reason he was interested in the job, his son.
To come here and come through the program, he's a 7th grader right now. That was the biggest draw. Like, if it wasn't a fit for him, it wouldn't have been a fit for me. Obviously, it's a great program. It's been, the track record speaks for itself.
So Troy Gloss is the head baseball coach at Buchanan, but technically his title is director of sport. That means he's in charge of more than just the high school program. He's in charge of the Bears at all levels. At Buchanan High School, I'm Andrew Martin for Sports Central.
Thanks, Andrew. Gloss taking over for Brad Fonts, who led the program for the last 5 seasons, but stepped away for health reasons in June. The news continues after the break.
Watching my mom struggle with addiction was breaking my heart. I felt like I was losing her. I didn't know where to get help, so I called First Steps Recovery.
That first talk with my daughter was tough, but after, I agreed to meet with First Steps Recovery virtually. First Steps had so many treatment options. We decided the inpatient residential program would give me the support I needed.
First Steps gave me my mom back.
Call First Steps Recovery today and see what treatment is right for you.
Well, you know, I think what's interesting about this dealership is that it's been around for 75 years. Started with another family, the Hallowell family. You know, my dad went to work for them over 60 years ago. He has remained with the dealership. I have people come in and say, I bought from your dad in 1964. The funny thing is that my dad will remember what they bought. You know, he just kind of has that kind of brain. Come see the Silverado.
Patrick Chevrolet.
I'm attorney Tom Dunyan. If you've been hurt by a big truck, the big trucking companies may owe you big money, and they don't want to pay. And that's why they have teams of lawyers working against you. Well, you've got a team too.
I'm attorney Connell Dunyan.
And I'm attorney Bridget Dunyan. The Dunyan team will make sure you don't get cheated. Call us.
It's just that easy.
Hurt by a big truck? Call 1-877-DUNYAN. DUNNION.
Some people love adventure, and then there's Gilbert. Who knows what brought him to Table Mountain? But one thing for sure, it wasn't confidence. He looked around. What catches his eye? Blackjack. His first hand, 2 aces. So naturally, he splits them.
The book says to split them.
And guess what? Hits on both, gets paid. Hey, Gilbert, meet adventure. Another lucky day. Table Mountain Casino Resort.
Hey, stop.
Found it.
Is that good? I can't tell.
There's no such thing as out of bounds. Find adventure at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
By using third-party financing with competitive programs, your new smile can be affordable and easy. Call Better Life today to see if you qualify.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
This is KC24 News at 11.
A presidential promise to rebuild Maui. Today, President Biden and the First Lady surveying the billions of dollars in destruction as hundreds of people remain missing underneath the rubble and ash. Miguel Almaguer reports.
The president's arrival in Maui is his first up-close look at the devastation on historic Front Street near the famed banyan tree, and where search teams have scoured the debris field for the missing. The heartbreak is still raw.
The country grieves with you, stands with you, and will do everything possible to help you recover, rebuild, and respect culture and traditions.
The official death toll here stands at 114, but today we learned 850 are still missing, according to the mayor of Maui County. Kiro Fuentes would have turned 15 yesterday. His family says his body was discovered wrapped around his beloved dog.
I'll miss his everything, his presence, his smiles, his laughters.
As the president meets with survivors, only 27 victims have been identified so far. Most are seniors, but many who perished are believed to be children.
Every emergency responder put their lives on the line for us, save others. Everyday heroes, neighbors helping neighbors.
As Mr. Biden also spends time with first responders, new harrowing video of what they faced is still surfacing. Maui firefighter Aaron Griffith shot this video. He says 17 of the 18 firefighters who lived in Lahaina lost their homes.
It was literally like walking through what you would imagine hell to be.
Expected to spend hours on the ground, the president's visit was not welcomed by all.
2 weeks later, we're okay already. We made them happen on our own.
Some have criticized FEMA's response, including the initial $700 critical need payments intended to cover immediate necessities like food, water, and clothing.
It's a huge slap in the face.
But the federal government says they're bringing in more resources, approving more than $8 million in relief to victims so far, as so many others demand accountability.
Do I wish those sirens went off? Of course I do.
State emergency management officials now also say they reminded Maui emergency managers the sirens could be activated before the fire swept through Lahaina.
It's not about, at this point, trying to point fingers. It's about what went wrong and how do we fix it so that more lives in the future aren't needlessly lost.
Tonight, authorities hoping to prevent the next tragedy, as the sorrow from this one may never ease.
Miguel Almaguer reporting there for NBC. Still to come here at 11, we take you to an Australian zoo that has some of their animals creating art for a good cause.
If you want to walk away with more money at the end of your case, choose Jacoby & Myers at the start of your case. At Jacoby & Myers, we get our clients up to 10 times the original insurance offer. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
It's Central Valley Honda Dealers' Labor Day kickoff sales event, the kickoff to the greatest season of the year. And we're not just talking the boys in tight gold pants, we're talking getting a brand new Honda at Labor Day sale prices. Hitting the best weather of the year and hitting it harder than a pulling guard with elite speed, which is exactly what you get with a fuel-efficient, high-tech Honda SUV. So hustle in now for a great deal at our Labor Day kickoff event. Ask anyone who owns a Honda. On to, ready, break.
Here's an important message from Innovative Medical Center. Have you been diagnosed with neuropathy? Then you need to give us a call today.
For a number of years, I had been losing sensation in my feet and in my hands.
Nearly 30% of Americans suffer from some sort of neuropathy. At Innovative Medical Center, we can help you without the use of drugs or surgery.
I can now engage in all of the activities that I did before and could not because of the neuropathy.
It's time to start living again pain-free. Call Innovative Medical Center today.
Scan this Tappan Cellar code for information on space available for your next event, meeting, party. Tappan Cellar has the rooms, food, and drinks to make your event entertaining and special. Your party plans are just one scan away.
Hot summer sales going on here at Quality Furniture. Come take advantage of our hot deal. We have this beautiful custom velvet bed available in queen or king. And the cool thing with this bedroom set, it comes with a fireplace insert. And you could put a TV in there. You could get this set on sale for $29 a month. We have this beautiful sofa love seat with a nice high-density foam on the cushions to keep them nice and firm, all for $24 a month. We have 5 years with no interest and no money down. We'll get you a small monthly payment with our 2 locations in Fresno and Visalia.
Ready, set, go! Arrive and drive at the all-new K1 Speed of Clovis. K1 Speed exciting indoor 100% electric, high-performance, maximum torque go-kart racing. Check out the K1 Arcade and take play to a whole new level. Planning a party? Make it a K1 for an event you and your guests will never forget. Call or go online to schedule yours today. K1 Speed of Clovis at the Sierra Vista Mall. Open 7 days a week. Arrive and drive.
NATE Central California is a food industry trade show, and this year we're looking for the most innovative new food products to compete in the pressure cooker. This is a televised competition that will give the finalists a chance to win $10,000. The pressure is on.
Join Lou Rodman's and Fashion Furniture on August 24th as they support Clear the Shelters from 10 to 7. Drop off your donation items and help local shelters care for animals in need of adoption. AJ Fox will broadcast live. Donate August 24th on El Paso across from River Park.
Hey everyone, Millie Bobby Brown is my guest tonight. Plus, we have Michael Imperioli, music from Tegan and Sarah, and Tonight Show, #Tonight.
Well, we'll leave you with this. An Australian zoo has turned its furry creatures into artists. This video is showing you a zookeeper luring, this is Ravi, a red panda, a small red panda, to dip his paws into some paint, then stand on a white canvas, leaving behind some, well, you know, paw prints. The zoo says the animal's artwork is created for the Paws for Extinction exhibit, highlighting the need for conservation. So there you go. I'm sure it'll sell for millions. It's a Picasso.
Right.
It's a Picasso. There you go.
And getting
fed.
What, pistachios? Yeah, exactly.
Fed at the same time. So there you go. Here, paw print over here, Yeah, there you go. All right, we had a pretty good lightning show tonight.
It was an exciting day. I mean, we started our afternoon with a tornado warning in Merced County, and here's how we're finishing. Take a look at this valley cam. This is actually a live view right now from the camera on top of our building, and it's pointed directly to the east. It's pointed past the airport and right at the Sierra Nevada. And so you can see the skylight of portions of Fresno, portions of Clovis off into the distance, and otherwise things have been a little on the gray side, but we've seen a lot of lightning strikes for the last several hours, and I showed you time-lapse photography showing that for the last, that started at 9 o'clock tonight. That's when I was alerted to it.
Why do I get the feeling we're not going to see a lightning strike?
No. We're going to see it because you know why?
Why?
Because we're going to be patient. And we're just going to leave the camera there.
We're going to leave the camera?
Yeah, just leave it there.
This is called television tap dancing for another 45 seconds is basically what this is called.
But everybody's with us.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, everybody's looking right at their screen, wondering if we're going to get a lightning strike in the next 30 seconds before we run out of time. But the point is that tomorrow, stay on this camera. I'm going to talk about the forecast, but stay here. Tomorrow we'll be in the upper 80s and lower 90s, and then we're going to get a little hotter in the middle of the week before things level off next weekend back to the mid 90s. And so it looks like things are going to stay exactly where they are.
I knew it wasn't going to happen. All right, we'll see.
Thursdays at 6 on Ksee 24. Join me as I take you on a tour of the people and places that made history right here in our backyard. This week, a community
Brought to you by the Fresno County Historical Society.